Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we are in the garden level Holman studios, as a matter of fact, with the two dogs sleeping right over there, hoping they don't act up during this broadcast. And we're going to go into the home of another good friend, Dr. Charles Ballard from the Department of Economics at MSU. And Charlie, it's always good to spend time with you. How are you doing?
Well, it's an adventure. I'm teaching my two big sections of the introductory microeconomics course, but it's all online. So what I have been doing is making videos and posting them on the course management software and sending lots of email messages to my students. I kind of like it the old way when I could see them in person, you know, but
well, you can see who's passing notes then.
Right. It is what it is, though. You know, we're trying to make the best of the situation that we have. And I think, you know, any student who is conscientious can do just as well or almost as well in an online setting as they do when we're teaching in person. It's just that there's that discipline that goes with actually going to a physical class, and that's not there in the same way. So we'll see how it goes.
Is there availability for open Q&A type thing, or?
So what I'm having is 4 hours a week. I'm going to have a Zoom office hours. I put it in quotes because I'm not going to be I'm in my office on campus, but so any student can come into that. And then we've got a whole bunch of teaching assistants, and they will be staffing a help room starting next week. And that's open 24 hours a week, and
Gotcha.
Students can come in. So there are opportunities if the students want to take advantage of them. And I think a fair number of them will. In fact, one of my colleagues said that more students will come to your office hours when it's online than when it's in person, because if it's in person, they actually have to find your office, and some students are kind of shy, and they, you know, it's easier for them to just go online than it is to actually go to the office.
And they save the walk besides. I wonder
Exactly.
how many visitations you'll get from a local bar. I wonder
Remains to be seen.
Let's not go there.
All right.
Let's talk economically, though. A lot of times that we talk and we say, hey, how's the world economy? It's different circumstances, different areas. We now have one common thing that is affecting all of us, and that's, of course, COVID-19. So let's talk from that perspective. How is the world economy?
Well, the world economy, of course, took a huge hit in February, March, April. And then, you know, employment and economic activity bounced back somewhat in May, June, and July. Right now, there are signs that bounce back is kind of stalled. I saw the headline here. I got the Wall Street Journal from a couple of days ago. Layoffs resume as firms reassess outlook. Moves suggest the economic fallout of pandemic may last longer than expected. We've seen you know, the price of oil plummeted when economic activity shrank in the winter and spring, and then it bounced back as people started driving more, but it's never recovered to where it was because the demand for petroleum products has not returned to what it was in January. And it's kind of flattened out. I think we'll learn a lot tomorrow because that's 8:30 tomorrow morning. That's when the August jobs report comes out. It'd be interesting to see. You know, we did have the huge drop in April, the worst month in the U.S. economy ever. And then we've had some bounce back, but you know, a lot of sectors. Hotels, restaurants, bars, airlines, brick and mortar retail, many of them are still struggling.
So Michigan, let's talk about Michigan. What's the prospects?
Well, I think the prospects are kind of similar in Michigan to what they are in much of the rest of the country. We've made some progress from April, but it's still, it's not easy when you've got such restrictions on activity, and reasonable restrictions, because, several thousand Michiganders have died, others have been infected.
Yeah.
So I think encouraging signs in the news just now that steroids may be useful in treating, and we may be able to get some vaccines in broader use within only a couple of months. So, but I don't think we get the economy all the way back until we've got COVID much more under control than it is now.
Yeah.
And then beyond that, some damage has been, some businesses have failed, as you know. And then I kind of think that it's going to be hard to make a full comeback until maybe late next year, or maybe even in 2022.
Well, no, I totally agree. I think you're absolutely right on, but you are always absolutely right on. Professor Charles Ballard, it's always good to spend time with you, buddy. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure. Thanks, Chris.
All right, we're going to be right back on the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. Stay with us.